This contains the secret as to whether your deeds have been accepted or not. If you conclude your deeds and then you are given an ability to continue and do another good deed after that, that is a sign that your deeds have been accepted. So let's take, for example, Ramadan and Eid. If the day of Eid is a day of obedience, a day where you still pray your Qiyamul Layl, a day where you still pray in the masjid 5 times a day, a day where you still read the Quran, then this is a huge sign that Allah Azza wa Jal has accepted your Qiyam and your reading of the Quran and your prayers in Ramadan. If, however, the day of Eid is a day of disobedience to Allah Azza wa Jal, a day where you stop praying after you prayed 5 times a day, a day where you disobey Allah and you turn away from the Quran, then this is a sign, not a guarantee, but it's a sign that perhaps there was something flawed in the way that you performed those deeds in Ramadan. So ultimately, it's all about preparing for what is going to come. Ramadan was a training program. It had a purpose. Allah Azza wa Jal told us the purpose in the Quran. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. O you who believe, fasting has been made obligatory for you as it was obligatory for those people who came before you, so that you may achieve taqwa. So that you may achieve taqwa. What is taqwa? Taqwa is protecting yourself from the punishment of Allah, becoming more obedient, less disobedient. So look at the day of Eid. If on the day of Eid you become more obedient to Allah and less disobedient to Allah, then you got something out of this training program. And if on the day of Eid you become more disobedient to Allah and less obedient to Allah, this is a sign that the training didn't quite have the desired effect, and we need to turn to Allah in repentance so that Allah can replace those bad deeds with good, and Allah Azza wa Jal can take us away from that situation that we might have put ourselves into. So gratitude is best shown not only by the words that you say, but by the actions that you do. And so if you continue to pray, you continue to do your voluntary fasts, you continue to read the Quran, you continue to ask Allah's forgiveness, then this is showing gratitude for what Allah has given you in the month of Ramadan. You continue not to waste food, you continue not to overeat, you continue to give to the poor and give sadaqah and charity to the needy, and this is a sign of gratitude for what you've been given in Ramadan. So really now towards the end of Ramadan, get your eyes firmly fixed on the day of Eid. Plan that day to be a day of obedience and nearness to Allah Azza wa Jal, a day of happiness, but a day of gratitude to Allah Azza wa Jal for what He has given us, inshaAllah ta'ala. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made easy for me to mention, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to accept our siyam and our qiyam, to accept our fasting and our standing in prayer, and to accept all of the other deeds that we have done in Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us for the deficiencies that we have had in this month, to overlook them and to pardon us for them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is afuun, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves al-afu, He loves to pardon. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pardon us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to write us from those people who have been freed from the hellfire in this month, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to continue these good deeds during the month of Ramadan, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.